Peace, and welcome to ManiSisters TV. My name is Adrienne, and I'm your host. And today we're talking about ways for generators to hack their human design strategy. So if you're a human design generator, stay tuned, and we're going to get right into what you can do to improve your life immediately as a generator. Let's get into it. So first of all, you've heard of the generator strategy, which is wait to respond. And again, when we hear the word wait, it can cause a little bit of anxiety. It's like waiting looks like, sitting, waiting for someone to come, and maybe you're on a shelf and you're not doing anything. And that could not be further from the truth. Generators waiting is a very active kind of waiting, and any kind of waiting that you hear referred to in human design can be active, right? So when you're waiting to respond, you're really waiting to feel a response. So when you're what are you doing while you're waiting? You're just living life, you're exploring, you're tasting things and doing whatever you want to do. You're getting to know yourself, because that is also a part of the generator strategy, which is to know yourself. And knowing yourself means basically showing up for and being aware of what you're responding to in life, so that you can know what you love on a conscious level as well as on an unconscious level. You have to pay attention to how you're thinking and feeling, but also what your body is feeling, because that response that we're talking about is actually a body sensation. So first off, knowing yourself so that you can know what you like and don't like. When we talk about that response, the response is basically drawing you towards things that bring you pleasure, that you'll like, and that you'll enjoy giving energy to. And the response works in the other way, drawing you away from things that won't give you pleasure, that you won't enjoy, or that could potentially just drain you of energy. So basically, while you're waiting, you're getting to know your response mechanism, which means in reality, in a way, you're never really waiting, because your existence is a response. If you can understand that, you're always in response mode. To become a generator that really gets some mastery in their lives, it's a really big deal that you're going to be paying attention to the response that's already happening. And why? Because number 2 is don't do things that you hate, right? So the things that your response mechanism is drawing away from are the things that you're not supposed to be doing. So if you are not respecting that, then that's going to make life very difficult for you. So one way to hack this strategy of yours as a generator is do not do things that you don't want to do. If it's not a resounding yes, then let it be a no, or let it be a maybe, or maybe it's a I'll get back to you on that. But what you don't want to do is commit your energy to something that you don't want to do. This whole wait to respond thing is actually about pausing to feel and recognize and pay attention to what's happening to your body. So you may have heard of this kind of little bit of a trick that you can do with, if you're a generator, you can have someone ask you yes or no questions, and instead of answering yes or no, you'll respond with the kind of like the grunt, they call them sacral sounds, and it's a mm-hmm or mm-mm, right? So if you take words out of it, it's really kind of easier to start to interpret what the body is actually saying, because the body doesn't speak in words. It doesn't speak in concepts. It's not like, oh, I want chocolate ice cream. It's like, hey, do you want this chocolate ice cream? And that's a yes or no question. And you're like, like, yeah, that's good, or mm-mm. And if you ever get a high-pitched noise like, that's a maybe later or a no. But what I would say, if tomorrow I were magically turned into a generator, if it isn't a hell yeah, it's a hell no. what I will say also is, in hacking your design, and I know I'm telling you how to hack your strategy, but don't rush. This is not a race. You don't have to rush. With generators, your process is actually to arrive at a level and to kind of cruise at that level for a while until something happens, and that something is, you've done it for a long time, and then you quantum leap up to the next level. So you're going along, and it might seem level, and it might even get boring or get hard. Keep going. Because if you keep going, you push through, and boom, you're at the next level. And then it evens out again, and you're just doing that same rhythm over and over again. So don't rush, and just recognize that mastery does happen over time, and allow that to be something you can accept. If you can accept that, that's just going to make the whole experience like that much better. And it'll help to get you clear about those responses as they're coming through, because you won't be forcing something or rushing something, and you won't be trying to make it happen. So this is really big. And if you're liking this video so far, please hit like and subscribe, and leave me some comments below. I love comments, and I do respond to comments. This one is really big. Don't chase anything. If something is moving away from you, typically it's not for you. Because of the mechanics of your aura, you draw things towards you. They're being drawn to you so that you can have this response or no. So the response happens, and then, but if it's not coming towards you, if it's not, don't go chasing anything. Don't do that. It doesn't work well with your aura mechanics. It doesn't work well with this strategy, because the strategy, again, is for you to wait to respond. And chasing is not necessarily an excellent response. Like, how about this? If you move towards something and it moves away, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Not to say that you won't be up for challenges, because I even told you about your process through life is to gain mastery, and sometimes things get hard, and that's okay. That's not the same as something moving away from you. This might be a little bit abstract, but trust me, if you play around with this a little bit, you'll start to understand. So here's another really big one. Get in touch with a projector. Projectors are here to guide generators and to help them to use their energy more efficiently. So what I can tell you is, if you are trying to get to your next up level and you're trying to push through a hard time, sometimes you can find one of these great people, and they'll come in the forms of like life coaches or mentors, sometimes just friends or colleagues, people you know. But projectors have an amazing way of being able to look at your energy, create an assessment, and give you some advice. Now, the thing about projectors is you have to invite them to give you that information. And the way I deal with projectors, and I'm not even a generator, is that you really do want to make sure that you're compensating them. It's just better for everyone. Just make them feel appreciated. So you want to acknowledge them and appreciate them, recognize who they are, and then invite them to help you. And when that invitation creates a big yield, make sure to take care of your projectors. I'm just saying, they're awesome people, and they can really, really change your life, especially as a generator. I'm telling you, I have seen people's profit margins go up 10 times just because they had contact with a projector that was able to guide them. Just, 5-figure bonuses, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Projectors rock. And so a couple of last words. You're not really here to make it happen. You've heard that, just do it and make it happen. I'm going to say that you are what's happening. That sounds a little wild, but you are the event. You're the thing that's happening. So when you are are behaving in response, that's a much more powerful place to be from. So how do you know if you're behaving from response as opposed to trying to make something happen? A response is, if you could think of it, it's like stimulation. So there's something that happens external to you that causes you to want to do a thing. That's kind of how this response would work. If you can think of it as, is what I'm going to do an answer to a question? Is what I'm about to do filling a void or filling a need? That's the essence of response. And the need is out there, right? So you are supposed to act unfettered. No one is here to control you, because that's the next thing. You are not here to be controlled by anyone. And this waiting for a response thing is not waiting necessarily for a person to ask you. Like, if the house is on fire, you run in and get your pet, right? You know your pet's in there, you're going to go and run and do that. That's a response. You see that the plant needs watering, you respond, you water the plants. So this is just you going and taking that rich energy that you have and giving it to what you see needs to be done. It's just as simple as that. It's so simple. It's so simple. So if you like this video, definitely give me a like, leave a comment. Do you have any other ideas or things that generators should know to be able to hack their design? Because I think one of the things I might have left off is that you guys also should be sleeping alone. Everyone needs actually to sleep in their own aura, but there might be some things that I missed. So go ahead and comment. Tell me other ways that generators can live their design in the best way possible. Also, if you're a manifesting generator, there's going to be an additional video that goes along with this one. So I would recommend that any manifesting generators would watch both videos, because there's going to be information in this generator video and then a few other tidbits that are in the manifesting generator video that are a little bit different. So thank you so much for joining, and I love you guys so much. Peace.